From the other side of the floor, she picks out Knuckles. Krause blocked one-on-one by Starck. How about that?
It starts with this tough serve. They want to go back to Krause because they know that she can score, but here's that perfectly timed shot there by Kubik out of the back row.
A monster match for Maddie Kubik, a double-double already, 13 kills, 13 digs. And that one lands. Starck with some trickery. Penn State with the first point out of the timeout, trying to string a few together. Parker collides with Hampton. 3 players on the floor. Starck gets to her feet and wins the point. Serving to tie. All the way over to Starck. In the middle. 23-23.
Saving that tip. That was the key to that play, but smart by the freshman.
So it'll be Holland again. She's got 12 aces to her name so far this season. Doesn't get one there as Maximova sends one back over, and a great dig. Penn State, free ball sent over. Rutgers, far side. Kojadonovic gets a kill. She's back to serve again. Blocked at the net. Allie Holland. Only 2 kills on 14 attacks thus far today. She serves it over. Rutgers blocked at the net. Now an attack from the back row. Looked like it went into the net, but they call it a block at the net. Penn State in system. Holland. This one dug out way up in the air. And now just sending a free ball over. Penn State. Rollins. Dug out by Chitty. Over to the far side. Maximova blocked at the net. Now to the near side. Blocked at the net again. It's Holland, it's Rollins, and it's a point for Penn State.
Earlier in the season, there were 2,400, and they put it in the box score. So somebody's not counting right. Nice play by Blossom. One on the other side as well in Haley Bush.
And this is the freshman Starck.
431 last 3 matches. She was a real highlight in the losing effort in Columbus on Friday night. Nice swing off the top of the block and the kill by the aforementioned Starck. Working on the freshman Starck. Oh, good response by Anjelina Starck once again. Very critical stuff block.
Yeah, the serve from Cleveland really put Purdue ahead in that point, and they just weren't able to take advantage.
Set point number 1 for the Boilermakers. Good swing through a seam in the block.
Week in practice, there was a rule she was only allowed to hit line as he tries to get her out of her comfort zone. There she goes, going off the right hand of Parker.
Nice choice. Good speed, Anjelina Starck. Ford got a piece of that. Purdue is really struggling offensively in this second set. Just 3 of their last 20. Good pass. That was a really tough serve. And a one-on-one stuff block. Anjelina Starck.
Front of the setter there, something she's really comfortable with. They forced a few behind to her, and I'm not sure that she was quite ready for those.
You know who's doing a wonderful job in this match? Gabby Blossom.
Yes.
Perfect pass by Hampton. Good block touch out of the middle by Trammell. Oh! Wow!
You set Cleveland or Johnny Parker of Penn State too far inside, you take away their opportunity to score.
And servers a lot of credit. Better the ball. Who gets quality swings the longer the rally goes on.
There's a nice set out of that left back.
Well, Jenna Hampton doing a good job. Look at her. Make sure she gets the first contact.
Oh.
Dug by Bush. Penn State, we can't track it, but it just feels like they're winning about 60%.
Erica Pritchard, and they just struggled to side out in this particular rotation.
Bad pass to start things out. Parker taking a tough swing. Dug by Hornick. And Caitlin Horde, her position is now in the back court. Oh, that's a break. Nice play. Starck, nobody up. I think they were committing to the middle just a little bit. Well, but they've got some margin for error.
To her middle, Myers. That's what they need to do. Get their middles involved as much as possible.
Difficult serve there, not handled on first touch by Penn State. Gives an opportunity here to the Golden Gophers. Samity free balled over. That swing is in on the back line. Anjelina Starck.
Starck going high and deep, hitting that ball into the back.
She'll go back to serve now. Will Starck getting her 4th consecutive start this evening. She'll go back to serve. Out of the back row. Parker not down. Went his tried line. Run the middle again.
It's that middle involved early.
It's the kind of production that, over the last 3 or 4 matches, Minnesota's been getting out of their middles between Rubright and Myers. Much more efficient have been the Minnesota middles. And then the touch, Allie Holland, but look at the defense that led to it.
And Jenna Hampton has been just fantastic for Penn State recently.
Go with Erica Pritchard for the first time in a couple of weeks. Well, absolutely loaded weekend in the Big Ten. Night number 2 of top 15 matchups begins at the block.
Well, that's a nice start for Starck, a freshman.
Izzy Ashburn, second in the conference in service aces per set. Sent that one driving to the back. Orgel cross. First contact from Hampton. And Hilly had to dig for Wisconsin. And went right back down the net.
There and taking it, but this is the block. Both blockers.
And now she's back to serve once more. Goes down that left side. Sire there on the receive. And now it's Ricks blocked at the net. Holland and Starck that time. And now Penn State's come alive here. They're up 15-13. As you mentioned, Menger has come in here. She'll come out of the left corner. Goes cross court. Nechaporka on the receive. And now Sire with the attack from the back row. A diving Jenna Hampton able to keep it up. Holland one more time. Taps it over down the middle. And Terrapin's able to keep it alive.
That's just the way your body's going, that you have to follow through with it. But if you get any chance to free ball it over in an awkward spot, you just got to go do it.
Hampton with a running save there. And now it's pushed back over an attack here for Lewis. Blocked by Starck, but covered by the Terps. Sire, one more time, blocked and covered once more. Here comes Nechaporka from the left side. Blocked and covered again. Nechaporka one more time. A diving Hampton keeps it up. And a free ball is sent over by Parker. Nechaporka one more time. Blocked and it's covered again. Nechaporka this time opting to just push it over. Here's a pass over to Starck. Left side and down. What a rally, and Anjelina Starck puts a cap on it. Sire out of the right corner, goes cross court. Kirshen's there on the receive. Blossom with the setup to Starck. Cross court and down. Anjelina Starck. And Penn State brings out the broom, sweeping the Terrapins. They take set 3. She's got a kill tonight. She came into tonight with 266. As there's Starck on the receive out of the back row. Horde comes down the middle, but Merzik's there on the dig. And now a set over to Jones. Left side, Starck out of the back row with another dig. It floats over the net, but tapped back over by Penn State. Now it comes back to their side. As it's a back set to Parker, right side. And gets it off the block and out of play. Tying this one up at 11. Here's Jess Merzik, who's also had a good night. From the left corner goes cross court. Hampton with the receive. Now over to Johnny Parker. Left side goes right back at Merzik. She's there with the dig, though. Jones pushes it over. Kept up by Starck, who goes racing back to that left corner. Here's Parker again, trying to go cross court. And a hitting error that time by Johnny Parker. Going cross court. Merzik there on the receive. Set over to Paige Jones. Left side, blocked at the net. Covered by the Wolverines. And Merzik will send That one out of the back row. Rollins comes over with the dig. Back set over to Parker, right side, taps it at the net. A pancake dig by Grant is kept up by the Nittany Lions, and Starck sends the roll shot over, and it'll work out there as Scotty Johnson not able to get back in time or keep it up as high as she would have liked. And
Blossom showing off her athleticism, able to win that right there.
Menger with another serve down the middle. Merzick there, a setter dump read perfectly by Hampton. Now it's over to Starck, and Penn State has the lead, up 16-15. Scoring run, and Rec Hall has come back to life as head coach Mark Rosen set up in the left corner. She's able to do so as Grant there with the receive. Now to set over to Merzick, and Starck with a nice dig out of the back row. Parker, a roll shot from the 3-meter line, tipped at the net. Now it's set over to Merzick, left side. Parker's there with a dig. Blossom tries the setter dump. It's tipped up at the net. And now Merzick will try again from the left side, tips the tape, and Hampton with another amazing dig. Rollins here, picks up the kill, goes down the left side, it tips off a diving Paige Jones, and Penn State up 18-16.
I didn't see that net violation.
There'll be a blocking error called on her as the official ruling, as now she has a chance to redeem herself there on that slide, but it's kept alive by Blossom, and now Starck picks up another kill. The left side again. Able to get it down just in front of Jess Merzick for the Nittany line, set up in the left corner. Clips the tape and picks up a service ace. It's 8-6 Penn State now. Anjelina Starck. Might have to do with the rotation, and Brooke Humphreys back to serve once again. Here comes Rollins with a tap over. It's kept alive that time by Humphrey, and now Paige Jones out of the back row. A diving Johnny Parker, able to keep it alive. Rollins that time with the swing, and it pinballs around off a couple of Nittany Lions and pushed back over. Now Merzick left side, and Starck keeps it up again. Parker with the roll shot. Beals on the dig, and now a joust at the net between Johnson and Holland is won by Johnson. Adana Rollins set up in the right corner for the Nittany Lions. She sends it over right to left. Kept up by the Spartans, and now an attack from the left side comes Sarah Franklin. Blossom has to jump up to keep that one alive. Starck here coming from the left side, goes cross court, and just like that, their scoring run to 4 with that kill from Starck makes it 21-18.
Can we talk about that?
Sarah Franklin set to serve out of the right corner. Hampton's there with the receive. It's set over to Starck, left side, and she redeems herself that time, giving Penn State the set 1 victory. Menger set up in the left corner. The left-handed serve goes down the middle. Edmonds on the receive, but it comes back over. Holland dumps it down, but it's kept alive by the Spartans. Now here comes Starck, left side, going cross court. Edmonds, it ricochets off her arms and back out of the field of play. And it's a 7-5 Nittany Lion lead as Anjelina Starck gets back on the board. Here sending it over left to right, the standing service received by Parker. Now set over to Starck, left side, going cross court and picking up the kill is Anjelina Starck, and it's a 14-13. Once again, right corner serve. Gets it over. Hampton dives down to keep it alive. Now Holland on the slide. It's kept up by Cabangele. And now she'll have an attack from the left side. Hampton, a nice diving dig to keep it alive. Starck the tap over at the left pin. Kept up by Bishop. Edmonds the pass over to Cabangele on the far side. Goes cross court. Hampton there once again. The back set now to Parker from the 3-meter line. Blocked but covered here by the Nittany Lions as Starck sends the roll shot over. Edmonds on the dig. A back set now to Gross on the slide. Hampton comes racing in to keep it alive. Parker once again from the 10-foot line, kept up by Gibbs there on the near side. Now the near side attack from Gross again on the slide. Rollins with the dig, Blossom the dump, kept up by Edmonds. It pinballs around, but finally a free ball sent over by Edmonds. Here comes Starck, left side, and that'll do it here. What heroics here as Molly Johnson out of the right corner sends it over. Rollins on the receive. Blossom has to race over to keep it alive. Now Starck from out of bounds pushes it over. Johnson on the dig, over to Sarah Franklin, left side, going cross court. Hampton with a diving dig. Set over to Starck, left corner, or left side, going to the right. Rollins there on the receive. Blossom, the set over to Horde, going down the middle, clips the top of the tape. Bishop dives in to save it. Now Johnson blocked at the net.
Pritchard out there, she actually had a very good game in that last one against Ann Arbor. Season high 18 kills. She's pretty crazy.
We've been seeing a lot of personal bests coming towards the end of the seasons here for both teams. The player development on both ends has really shown through in these last couple of tournaments.
That's good to know. Some very impressive rallying here. But at the end of the day, an attack error by Michigan State will give the Nittany Lions the point.
Terrific up. Nice set to Parker. Secondary set. Down. Goes to Stivrins on the slide. Right into the block, and waiting there was Anjelina Starck.
A freshman for Penn State, but in the course of this rally, Penn State showed.
We've been treated to matches like this all season long in the Big Ten. Final week of the regular season begins today. Overpass. Starck cleans up from her previous miscue, and Penn State regains the lead.
All that takes her way off the net, puts it high, and then a great swing.
Of course, against her former team. Second time playing against the Gophers, and here we go from Rec Hall. Good serve put in by Rollins to begin, and Samity gets blocked. They're ready for her up there with...
Among Donna Rollins and Johnny Parker. So players like Maddie Bilanovic, who's at the service line, are going to be looked to these next couple of years to really bridge that gap with a lot of experience leaving Happy Valley. And there's a kill. Tina Peace here in the first.
What a play there by Starck to track that one down after really an ill-advised touch. So far, they've avoided the errors here in this one that just plagued them the first one.
Starck again, and this time she picks herself up a kill. That's the potential. Stay teetering and was able to run away late. And they knocked out a system. Starck left side, great job by her with just over 4 kills per set. Just missing. Rosario Hampton, what a dig by her. Starck. Iowa stays in system. Back to Vanderwide. Another nice dig by Jenna Hampton. Starck looking to finish it, and that she does.
She was at nearly 2.5 kills per set for the Utes a season ago. Pretty tough serve down the line. Huskies recover, go back to Parker, and Penn State has her number. She's stuck. And there's Allie Holland making a presence at the net.
Their mother playing at Texas and her father playing volleyball at Ball State, so she's grown up in the sport.
And her dad actually was her coach until she was about 16 years old. And, you know, Penn State's got a lot of really intelligent players, as evidenced there as Starck didn't go for the big swing, instead just a little touch to get it through the block and the points.
And get the crucial point for the Nittany Lions.
And now from behind the stripe, Holland. Tess Berkland, the libero. Uconn, Garland, big dig by Starck. On 2, Elisaya!
It's really good on Penn State that they were able to not let the nerves get so far ahead of them.
No timeouts. It will be decided by the players on the floor the rest of the way. Kennedy, Jake Turner, blocked by Penn State. Starck and Trammell got it. And great pickup by Grimes. That ball was headed in. Big swing by Starck. Can't be recovered. Point, Nittany Lions. Kaylee Parker, who's had a much better third set. Starck rises up, tips it over the block, and Penn State once again will have match point here in front of its home fans.
Now the setter in Kamaya Gibson, back to serve. She'll send it over, dug up there by Grimes. Starck with the kill, down onto the court it goes. Anjelina Starck getting it rolling here today. Villanova serves over to West Virginia. Back set, over to Jackson, denied. Holland and Starck say no thank you.
That's her second kill of the match, and that leads West Virginia.
Elisaya setting it over for Starck, off a few Mountaineers and out of bounds. Point, Penn State.
19 kills yesterday in a pair of matches. It's been a very feisty Greyhound team here early. Starck winds, drives, and kills. Logan, they were only able to side out Penn State at 56% in that opening set after nearly 90% the mark last night through the first 2 sets. And Penn State rising up near the pin, block combined by Holland and Starck, and Penn State takes a 2-0 lead. 3-time All-State Pennsylvania honoree serving here with her team up 1 early in set number 3. Not a great pass from Grimes, and now The Greyhounds try to capitalize. Cannot. Block ready. Allie Holland rising high. Gets the stuff.
Yeah, I suppose that's also something to note. Penn State, we mentioned, did play earlier. So maybe some sort of fatigue could be setting in. Doesn't look like it so far in this set, though, as Anjelina Starck for the Nittany Lions with the kill. That's Stark's 10th now.
Block per set.
Starck.
Cassie Kirshen serving. Notice where she serves from. She will step on different sides of the end line when she can. Kirshen dig. Outside again, thumb down.
Up there hitting, especially in transition, because they like the speed of it to stay the same.
Allie Holland serving, early hitting percentages. Then Starck crushing. Kip from the middle. Who got the set? Again, Starck.
She's gonna smile about that one.
I think it does look pretty comfortable. Great service pressure from Stanford. Cash Williams, third time. Stanford not letting it get past the block. Both times the charm for Cash.
That's what this Penn State team is known for. They're known for their fight. They're known for their grittiness. And I think Katie Schumacher-Colley dug into them between sets and really said, hey, we got to get going. We have to get the fire back on our side.
A couple of overpasses for Stanford in the last couple of plays.
As high as we typically see from Collier.
Collier gets it over the top this time. Starck coming through the back and ripping it through the block. When we've seen Neal unload on some balls tonight, going out to that pin too, so you can understand why Bilanovic might be deeper in the court a little bit. Starck rolls that right beyond the 10-foot line.
Right there, though, answering back in a big way with that big spike from Wells. Now the serve, reconvened. Starck plops it over. Great dig over there. Tamar Wells tried to get it over the net, but followed up that big dig from Alex Smith. Serve comes off cleanly by Leah Reeves. The setup from Elisaya to Starck. This time, Starck finds the pay dirt. Will be the one to serve it away. Bilanovic pops it up. Elisaya setting up Starck. Starck just tipping that one softly, killing me softly.
This has easily been the most entertaining match so far of the night.
Holland sends it over. Bell pops it back up. Owajobi diving Starck. Kashana Williams, the offering. Bell brings it back in. Diaz sets. Owajobi fires. Block. Penn State. Elisea.
See how Penn State can rebound from it.
Petrenko serves that one. Bilanovic diving dig. Elisaya sets it to Starck. Starck the big swing right in front of Perugini, and that's a point for Penn State.
The middle of the floor in volleyball.
Revest serves it over, dug out by Starck. Backs it over to Weatherington. Big time swing, dug out by Revest again. Petrenko, pass over to Perez Rosas. Diving there as Starck gets the dig. And now Weatherington up, sends that one back over. Petrenko digs it out. Perugini passes it up. And a nice block there at the net by Holland on the Lezak attempt. Or a point for Coastal Carolina as they now cut the deficit to just 3. Serving that one over again is Perugini. Bilanovic digs it out over to Elisaya. Elisaya over to Starck. Big time swing and just in front of that back end line for a point. And that one sends up to Perugini. Perez Rosas passes it up to Malone. Malone off the hands of the blockers, but Grimes digs it out. Back over to Starck. Starck, big time swing, and she finds pay dirt, and that's a point for Penn State. Defense from Grimes.
See right there, the replay. Yep, they got a tall mountain to climb. That is for sure.
Starck digs that one out. Elisaya sends that one back over to Starck. Soft touch, and that one finds the court.
Floats back over, and Stark's there on the doorstep. Rec Hall rises to its feet. And a solo block from Anjelina Starck ends set one.
For a Nittany Lions team that's number 9 in the nation and is yet to lose this season, you can't have any of those unforced errors.
There's Starck at the net.
Sarame, no need to try and dive to keep that ball in play. It was clearly going out of bounds, could have gotten the point.
Neither side has hit well through this second set. Colgate cross court, Kirshen's there. Starck from the back row. Indiana struggling to find it. It's gonna fall down. Another kill for Anjelina Starck. That's her 6th timeout from the Hoosiers. 21-16 for Penn State, a 3-0 scoring run. And we'll step aside for another break.
Got a great swing behind her.
Tough to defend, of course, as Penn State back in on the offensive side. Into the back row, chasing it down, Elisaya. Right back down the middle, but kept up by the Wolverines. They're not going to find it over the net as Penn State picks up the point. Good kill for Anjelina Starck.
Starck floats it in and drops it onto the hardwood.
Emily Londot. Kashana Williams, dug by Murr. Riley Rader. It's knocked over by Williams. In the middle, Taylor Trammell gets the point for Penn State.
All the magnetic blocks that she sticks. It's usually one that Jones gets. Back row for Starck and puts it down again, rolls it in front of the libero, Gamillion.
Maryland's defense kind of high, not really expecting this to fall in front.
Penn State leading by 1. Elisaya goes up the middle for Starck, who finds the space.
Talking about this switch with Starck and Markley, and Starck does a nice job in the backcourt. She's kind of, they read it well. They were able to put 4 hands all over that ball.
Maryland leading in blocks 10-5 against a Penn State team that's top 10 in the nation in blocks per set themselves. Anjelina Starck back to serve at a system for Maryland. On the back row, it is Starck, and she puts it down.
Listening to see what's open. Not only she gives a nice dig, but she gets ready to take her.
Number 18 Oregon, but once they hit Big Ten play, some of those problems they were having got exposed. That time they rebound with a big kill from Starck at Nebraska. Dropped a 4-setter a couple of weeks back. Kinkilla, and that's blocked. And that's a rejection for Anjelina Starck, the sophomore from Colorado Springs. In the early going, but the blocking making up for it. Over 900 already on the year. Nyer for Kinkilla. That one met. Back to Vernon. Penn State getting those second balls really nicely, setting themselves up for transitioning from defense to offense. Kinkilla. Elisaya pushes it, and that's down for a kill. Anjelina Starck gets the Penn State fans on their feet.
Couple swings are recycled into the block. And Kirshen with the service for Penn State. Oh, good get for Anjelina Starck in the back, and Elisaya fighting up at the net. And free ball, Kirshen has to come up and grab it. There's Markley again, a little more authority on it, but Skimmerhorn there again. And Kirshen overhead. And the tap for Holland, Skimmerhorn. And shin cross court, Bilanovic. Oh, the libero showing off on this point. And into the lap of the libero one more time, but a kill finally for Penn State.
Why she leads the Big Ten in digs per set, because she is not afraid to lay out for a ball, whether it's a hard hit or just a...
Asked a lot of questions about what it would be like to come back here tonight, and she was so excited. It's heartbreaking that she wasn't able to play go tonight.
It's truly a small world, sometimes a local product. So again, Coach Katie from the south side of Chicago. Pride of Mother Macaulay High School, as that stays in for Penn State. But she probably, of course, takes inspiration out of that.
Sure. Wow.
Far side. Temi not able to get to that one. It's so tough, though, when it's literally at your feet. So when you're sitting there with a 6.
Which way will it go? It's a good third set between these two.
Rachel Martinez serves it across. Left side and tapped over gently onto the floor. Anjelina Starck. Kill number 3 to this sweep.
Picked up the top 25 win over Western Kentucky early in the year. Also got Nebraska on the horizon, and Anjelina Starck out of the timeout. Starck, the solo block on Tatum. He's back to serve here as Penn State on the 3-0 run currently. Now the timeout, here's Indiana. And it's Anjelina Starck capitalizing again.
Big opportunity now with Allie Holland serving.
A set over to Saris. Tipped up. Here's Starck. Hayworth takes it herself, but Merzik's right there. Starck one more time.
I feel like it's been a different player for each team kind of stepping up in each set. So
from the Big Ten that are currently in the conference. See Oregon moving large there at number 5, ready to join the party, along with Washington, USC, and UCLA next year in the Big Ten. And how about that? Starck.
It's very difficult to find a spot, but if you think it's going out, or if you think the ball isn't going to be as...
State came out and won the first one by 7.
Their defense, block and dig, see if they can work in unison with each other. Front row, back row.
Placed over by Vowlette and kept up by Bilanovic. Big dig by Humphrey. And it's Starck from the back row with the roll shot. She even looks surprised that got down.
When you have additional firepower, and Starck adds that. She is a really talented.
See in the back corner there, Lindsay Krause, missing her 5th straight game. It hasn't played a match since pounding 13 kills in the first meeting against Penn State at home. And still working on rehab, was doing that at pass and serve today. No set timetable yet for her return. The Huskers weathered the storm without her in some matches, including that big one against Wisconsin, but you know they'd love to have her here.
Colvin led the team in blocks with 4 against Wisconsin, but that's her first solo block of the day. Like we talked about it earlier, Raven Colvin.
You have to get that ball up.
Starck with another serve, another tough serve.
Out of the back row, Starck gets it done. One Starck to the other Starck. Anjelina Starck, to be clear.
Sister, I mean, come on, the connection, you can't teach that. Look at how fast that tempo is. Again, we've seen this in the...
Here is set point of set 2. Fulton try to tip it over. Starck and Trammell there. The outside block once again. It's going to bring it in to set number 2. Getting their first action of the match.
If Princeton wants any chance to try and claw their way back into this match, they're going to need a lot more from Chaney. Like you mentioned, leading the way in the kill department, but that hitting efficiency has not been strong for the Tiger, and you need the rest of your hitters to kind of step up.
Sophomore out of Wilmington, Delaware. puts it in play. Draper, back set. Cheney sent back but covered. It gets back over to the Nittany Lions side. Here is Starck with the attack. To keep the ball up, that's what you gotta do. The senior makes a big play at a big point in the match. Starck took some speed off it to try and get a side out for Penn State. Goodnow the swing. Nathan there to play it. This is Starck. Teal gets a fist under it that time. Mendoza running in from the back row. Chukwuemeka once again. It's kept up by Grimes and Nathan. Starck sends it over. Now to Goodnow, right side. Denied by Anjelina Starck. A solo stuff.
Yale certainly came out in that third set and was just so much stronger than we saw them in the first two. They've won the first point of every set.
Future is bright. Better pass, still on the 10-foot line though for Izzy Starck. That one's dug up by Tooman, who's playing lights out defense. And a great penetration on the block.
A spark on that right side, and she's just setting up a good block. Look at number 19 right here, lining up perfectly so that her...
Trammell 750, Hannah 500, now Jaravicius 250. Pretty good numbers to Penn State. Feeder again, why not? That time off the top of the block. This is Garcia right in front of Starck and Starck. Both the sisters keep it alive. Merzick will get a swing out of it. Urquhart, tip it over. Now Starck to Starck.